and it's really aviation stocks that are in focus today. As far as the broader market is concerned, you've got gains of around 3% on Interglobe, SpiceJet up about 5%. Jet Airways is also sitting with a gain of around 2% right now. The cabinet has cleared the Civil Aviation Policy, and we're learning from sources that the 520 rule is going to be tweaked, making it slightly easier for carriers to fly overseas. So what does it mean for at least the listed players? Let's get in Sonia and get the details going. Sonia, what are you picking up from sources?
Well, you know, the cabinet, as you rightly pointed out, has gone ahead and cleared the new aviation policy. Now, what the government is trying to do is to bolster growth in the aviation sector as a whole. And with this policy, it will help increase passenger traffic to smaller cities. Remember, currently only 2% of India's population travels by air. But with this new policy, in Tier 1, in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, there will be improved regional connectivity. Now, sources say that all regional route fares for 1-hour flights cannot exceed 2,500 rupees. So you won't be paying more than 2,500 rupees for any regional flight for more than 1 hour. And any regional flight for half an hour, you will not be paying more than 1,200 rupees. So this increases the scope for some of these regional players, the Indigos, SpiceJets of the world, to make more money in terms of higher demand. Now, the policy is also positive for new players like AirAsia and Vistara. The new players only need 20 aircrafts in their fleet if they want to fly international. Earlier, the new players needed 20 aircrafts and a minimum of 5 years flying experience. Now, the 5-year rule has been relaxed. There are also more SOPs likely for the maintenance, repair and overhaul companies in the new policy. The likes of Taneja Aerospace in the listed space are up almost about 10-odd%. We spoke to a whole host of experts. They say that this new policy could boost overall demand in the sector by 15 to 20% and is a big positive for the sector as a whole. Also, for some of these new players like AirAsia and Vistara, currently they operate a fleet of only 6 aircrafts and 11 aircrafts respectively. So even with the relaxation of the new 5-year rule, it will take some time before which they can meet that 20 aircraft rule and fly internationally. But all in all, it's a big positive for the sector as a whole.
All right. Thanks so much, Sonia, for getting us those details. Now, on that note, let's hear out what industry experts have to say on the new civil aviation policy.
I do feel that the 5/20 rule really is outdated. I don't know how and what form they will replace it, but by and large, I think they should not have as strict a measure as 5 years and 20 aircraft. India is perhaps the only country in the world where your own airlines are restricted, their hands are tied, and to some extent penalized. So, having said that, I do expect that there would be a major change here.
I don't think it will be brought down to zero. The airline need to operate in the country for at least 1 or 2 years, the minimum. But 20 aircraft is important because, you know, if they have anything less than that, they may start diverting aircraft for their foreign trips and neglecting the domestic market, which is awaiting their services. So this can be negotiated between the operators, all 3 operators, and settled. There's no yardstick. It's not so rigid that it has to be 5/20 and 0/20. It can be anything that's mutually agreed through between the operators and the government. And that should be the attitude towards it.